Rick, would you pray for us, please?
With me, please. Heavenly Father, we come before you today. God, you know today is a hard day for me and for a lot of people in our community. With the death of Jody, 1-year anniversary today. Father, we just ask that you put your arms around the family today and lift them up, God, and comfort them as they have this anniversary day today and suffer that loss. God, we ask for your wisdom and your direction among this court today as they make decisions. Let every decision, action, and word just bring you glory in everything that we do here today, God. We just pray also, and we thank you for the country. We thank you that today is an election day and the freedoms we have in this community, in this country, God. We commit this day in your hands. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. If you would, please join me in a moment of silence for Jody Cash and family, please. Thank you. Commissioner Barrett, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call this May 16th, 2023, Marshall County Fiscal Court meeting to order. Our first guest is Elena Blevins. I think you've got some exciting news, a reminder.
Hopefully. I just wanted to take a minute to update you guys on a new event that we're launching. We're calling it the Mayday Music Mashup. It's a new music festival that's going to be happening at Kinlake State Resort Park. This year it's going to be on Memorial Day weekend. I'm hoping if we are able, if we do well enough and we are able to make this an annual event, it probably will not be on Memorial Day weekend. We're hoping to kind of shift it, a weekend probably prior to Memorial Day weekend. But this first year we wanted to try to capitalize on incoming traffic for the holiday weekend and give people who live here locally something fun and exciting to do over the holiday weekend. So yeah, we've got a great lineup. Friday night will be our local night. So we've got Haley Martin, Tim Lynch, Jeremy Marshall, and a couple of friends of his, as well as Tony Logue, who will be doing some live entertainment for us on Friday evening. And then our office and Callaway County Tourism actually sponsored some fireworks. So we're really, this is like kickoff to summer. So we've got a fireworks show happening Friday night after the local entertainment. And then we'll be back out there at Kinlake on Saturday most of the day. And I've worked with a music promoter out of Eastern Kentucky. So he's brought some really good musical talent over from the other side of the state, and even West Virginia and Austin, Texas. And then we have a really great headliner, I think, Dina Carter. So if anyone's familiar with 90s country, that's kind of her prime, and Strawberry One and a couple other big hits. She actually just played in Madisonville this past weekend, and I saw a lot of great feedback. It was a really good show, so we're really looking forward to hosting Dina Carter. So we've been marketing the event for a while now. Hopefully by now you guys have seen it on Facebook. We've been running social campaigns. We are currently running a commercial on WPSD. We've got radio. Froggy was a sponsor, so we were able to trade out a lot of advertising on the radio with Froggy 103.7. So I really feel like we've hit all of our bases when it comes to marketing. So now we just kind of need the weather to cooperate. If weather does become an issue, we do have 2 indoor locations. So we have the Kinlake, the tennis center that's there on Park that could potentially be an indoor location. And then I've also spoken with the high school. So we have them on standby if for some reason we would need to move it indoors. But so tickets are being sold rain or shine. We tried to keep the tickets affordable. Friday night is only $20. Saturday is $40. A weekend pass is $50, so you can come and go as you please. Children's tickets are $15 all weekend. So I think, I'm hopeful. I really am excited. I really tried. This event was sort of made possible because of some of the ARPA funding that we received. We were allowed to recruit new events. And so it's kind of risky. Doing a marketing campaign with that funding would have been easier, but I'm trying. I wanted to start something that I thought our tourism industry as well as our local community could enjoy. And now that they've just announced that Ken Lake's Hot August Blues, this will be the last year for that event, maybe there's some opportunity there. So I don't know. I have not spoken with them, but we're trying something new. So if you have any questions about the event, you can go online to our website to buy the tickets. But also you can come to our office. We have physical tickets that you could purchase as well.
Would encourage everyone to follow your Facebook page also. I noticed you were giving some tickets away on there.
Yes, we did just do a contest. We'll probably do another one at the end of this week and next week leading up to. So, if you guys could just go and like our Facebook page, Kentucky Lake Marshall County Tourism, and share it with friends, I would greatly appreciate it. So, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Rachel Stuckey. Oh, there you are. Didn't see you. Rachel Stuckey with PAD office.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm here with the PAD office because we're going to need to hold a public hearing for the regional hazard mitigation plan for the Marshall County section. So for the last year, I've been working with the Marshall County Hazard Mitigation Planning Team to update the 2023 Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan. And so this is where you get funding when a disaster is declared in the state of Kentucky, but your projects have to be within this plan, and this plan has to be updated every 5 years. So that's what our team has been doing, and we have hit the process to where now we need the public's comment, and we thought reaching out to the Fiscal Court would be the best way to get review and comments from people that support all different aspects of the Marshall County community. And so we're just trying to have a public hearing, and I know we had to come to this one to be able to get onto the next Fiscal Court, which is in June, because we will have to post it in the paper, which we will provide the ad in the paper for that. So it's all on us. We just need you guys to kind of host it so we can have a review on it.
I need a motion to schedule a public meeting during our June 6th fiscal court meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Well, we're changing that time, right?
Not till
Oh.
August.
Okay. 9:30.
So, right off the bat?
No, not right off the bat.
That's not what you meant at all.
I
yeah.
thought your question was when was the meeting? 10 o'clock. You
Is that okay with you?
obviously have a look on your face.
Yeah, that's fine. We can also do it within the meeting, because that's how all the other counties have done it.
Yeah, that's what we're
Just-
doing.
yeah.
At 10.
Yeah.
Second?
I'll second
We
it.
just didn't want it to be the first thing that we do, evidently.
Man,
I'll
attacked the
second
county
that.
attorney this morning.
Oh, Monty.
Okay, motion second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
I will send out, I don't know if she sent out Cliff Notes, but I'll send them back out too for everyone to review, because it is a 90-page document.
I like Cliff Notes then. Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
You get to read that, Pagel?
He
Will
does.
you read that out loud in court?
He's a daily reader. Next up,
Trust me, you'd rather you read it than me. We'd be here 2 hours.
next up, we have Mr. Jeff O'Brien and Mr. Jimmy Tubbs with Jonathan Creek Water Board. They're going to update us on some projects.
Hello. I'm Jeff O'Brien, the chairman of the Jonathan Creek Water Board of Commissioners.
Jimmy Tubbs, I'm the treasurer. Creek Water.
What we want to do is update the court on some monies that they funded us for projects a couple of years ago. We took $700,000 from a grant that y'all give us. Maybe this money was left over from some other projects. And we installed 4 miles of bad line that we replaced. Then we installed 8.6 miles of new line where people needed water. And we took our crew and a contractor crew and done this for $700,000, 12.6 miles, which is just a number unheard of.
Yeah.
So we really thank the court for funding that. We've made a lot of people happy. We've only acquired 26 new customers on the new line project, but we've got water for hundreds of new customers down the road. And that's what we were looking at to start out with. And we just appreciate the monies, and we spend it very wisely. And if there's any other way we could ever help the court, we will work together. And, something I'll say here before Jimmy's got something to say. During the tornado, what some of y'all may not know, we're hooked, Jonathan Creek Water is hooked to North Marshall. And when the tornado come, the Big Bear area and the Morris Camp area was out of water because of power. So we opened our lines up and we fed them for 3 weeks in an emergency situation. A lot of people don't know that. But what I've foreseen for a long time here is I'd like to see us hooked to Hardin and Benton so that we could help each other during a crisis like that. You know, we're like 10 feet from the city of Hardin. It would be easy to hook to them, and we're 2 miles or less to the city of Benton. And I would really like to see all these districts hooked together, especially in a crisis, where we could help each other.
Where's the part that hooked to Hardin? I was almost thinking that we did that within that last project we did.
It never followed through. I
Okay.
mean, what the deal was, Hardin never really said, yes, let's do that. We done some engineering on it. It's right
Yeah.
out there by the Wadesboro Road and 402. Like I said, our lines are like 10 feet apart. And we had planned the time together, but it never materialized.
So we gotta get
Hardin on board.
feedback from Hardin, I
Feedback
guess.
from Hardin.
Actually, I think y'all approved the money to do it, and we bought the equipment to do it with, but we just need them to say to go ahead or whoever and do it. It won't- it
I
won't
thought
take
Hardin did that.
long. No,
We-
they never did hook it up,
They never followed through and give us the okay to roll with it.
but I think the court approved the money and bought some stuff for it.
I mean, the situation that we have there with Hardin, Hardin gets their water from the south end of Benton here, from the city of Benton. If they have a breakage out here, we could back feed them from the south side of Hardin over, and people would still have water, and vice versa. If we have trouble, we go under Clark's River here east of Hardin. If we have trouble there, they could help us feed Brewer's area out there. You know.
Either one of y'all tried to talk to Hank?
No, we have not, since the new mayor has been there. No.
Yeah, give him a call.
Okay. But
There's no reason for that not to happen.
exactly, and I mean, it'd be good for everybody here, down the road. And like we proved it well, when we were hooked to North Marshall years ago, it was never designed for us to feed them. It was actually for them to feed us if we got in a bind. But as it turned out, we fed them for about 3 weeks, and it worked out just fine. But they're very thankful for what we done. We helped a lot of people. People out there in this 8.6 miles should be getting some tax or some breaks on their fire protection, because there's public water and hydrants out there. So people did benefit from it, and we just wanted to thank the court, basically. Jim?
I don't have a lot to say. Everything he said's true. I mean, we appreciate all that. I'm the treasurer at Jonathan Creek. I've been out there, well, this will be my 8 years, but we've really made a lot of progress out there, and we got a lot of new things planned. We've got a multi-million-dollar facility out there, and we only owe $117,000, so we'll be out of debt next June. So it's a tribute to all the board members and everybody works together. We got a good crew now, and everything's going good out there. So we just appreciate everything, and if you got any questions, feel free to ask me. If I don't know the answer, I can get it for you somewhere.
Stop by Fast Eddie's and you'll be there.
Yeah.
Breakfast
You
or
need to
something.
catch me, you catch me at Fast Eddie's.
Yeah.
It's a good place to hang out there.
We've purchased 4.3 acres across the road from the water plant there for the future of this operation, because 10, 20, 30 years down the road, we may need a new water plant, new wells, and
Where that house was?
where that
Where
house
that's
was,
not-
yeah.
okay.
And we thought,
Okay.
I mean, we had no room to expand otherwise, but
Huh.
that will be the future of this one of these days.
Now, y'all was talking about the other night at the meeting that you want to test it sometime and see if you can get into the real deep, good water, right? Gonna try?
What we have some troubles with, but we've got it all taken care of. We have iron in our water because our wells are shallow. Now, all the north end of the county, North Marshall and them, they have deeper wells that are down in the fractures of limestone where they don't have to deal with iron. And one of our goals is to get a test well dug over there and see if we can get 400 feet deep or so and get through that iron and get us some water that will be cheaper for us to put out to our customers, where we don't have to take the iron out of it. So we've got a good plan. Let's just hope everything will work together. But it's like anything else, it takes a lot of money to implement.
What kind of
Absolutely.
cost is you talking about to do that test?
30,000 they're looking at, something like that, to do a test well. Then if it happened to play out, we could actually use that well, or they would actually open it on up
Right.
and use it. But we have two wells there on our side of the road, but we might have failure. You know, we need to be planning ahead for down the road. And like I said, if we had talked once about Southwest One Industrial Park being short of water out there. And I know that we could come in from the back side of it over there. Of course, that's in the city of Benton's jurisdiction, but we could help feed that if it was all possible. It could be done. Just 2 miles or less of water line would pull that together. So,
Do you know how deep the wells are you currently have that have
we
that
have?
iron? Yeah.
our well, 235 and 265. And I've done some checking with North Marshall's. Theirs is up to 350 and some 400 feet. So, you know, and they don't have an iron issue.
Well, and the iron issue with us, I mean, that whole plant, the whole process is, I mean, it's really expensive. It's taking the iron out of the water. That's the whole process of that big plant. I mean, it's a lot of movable parts to it just to get the iron out of it so people can have clean water. And it's pretty expensive doing that, so.
I mean, her plant is 27, 28 years old now, you know, and it won't last forever, so that's part of this buying this other ground. It would probably be better to build a new one someday than to try to renovate that one.
We've kind of got a 5-year plan, then we got a 10-year plan on down the road, so we're kind of back planning for stuff, so. But if you got any questions for me, I'll try to answer them. I know Marty came out and visited us last month and appreciate that. Y'all, anybody's welcome to come out. Our meeting's on the 4th Tuesday of every month.
5:30.
5:30. Anybody got any questions for me?
Sound like y'all got her under control.
We try, we're working hard at it.
Yeah.
There's always stuff comes up, you know.
Oh,
we
yeah.
take care of it.
It's always fires.
New hurdle every week.
Yeah.
We
Sounds like you got a lot done for the money, and we appreciate
I
that.
think we did. I
Yeah.
mean, we probably spent $100,000 of our money to pull this off, but we've got a good crew of workers, got all the equipment, and we had a contractor with us, and it worked great.
Good deal.
And now with y'all, with Les Reynolds R&R no longer, y'all hired Denny, so, and bought some of their equipment, so
We bought some of their equipment.
y'all be able to do a lot of this in-house that other people have to sub out, so that's a big bonus.
I mean, and that's kind of how we can keep our head afloat, because when you start contracting it out, it's
Yeah.
very hard to pay for.
Absolutely.
Because the only money we get is from water sales.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're a small group, so we don't get all these big grants, because you got a 50% grant, you know, you got
Yeah.
to put in 50%, so it's kind of hard to do, so it's hard to manage, but we're managing it pretty good.
We have went right over the 2,600 mark of customers, which is the most we've ever had, and we've been gaining about 50 a year
Yeah.
since I have been there. So we're improved. We're not going backwards, we're going up. That's important. But there's still a lot of area in this county that does not have water.
Yeah.
I mean, weekly basis, we get calls about people wanting water, but it's not available. And I don't know much about it, but it was a state, maybe a federal program from years back. Judge, you may remember this water.
Vision 2020.
You know, it was set up by 2020, some 20 years ago, to have water and everything. I wish there'd be a way we could get back on top of that and get everybody in this county that wants water. Would be a great thing.
Well, and you got a state budget year coming up next year, and I'm just wondering if they're going to put more money into, I mean, they've been good to throw money out there for water and wastewater over the last few years, especially taking that federal money that came down. So we'll see. I hope that they use that. I mean, they have a huge surplus, so I'm hoping it filters down to us one way or the other.
If anybody within the court sees options, something that we could all benefit from, please let us know, you know.
To allude to what he said about people not having water, we've got over 300 miles of lines with Johnson Creek Water. We got 2,600 customers. So we've got another 5,000 people, or 4,500, that hasn't hooked up to it. So they have access to it, but they've got wells or whatever, and so there's a lot of potential out there if they just hook up to it. So I think for my part, I'm good.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all. We appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yep.
April personnel changes.
Okay, so starting on the 2nd, James Woolridge, Deputy Jailer, termed. Tracy King retired on the 28th, 4/28/23. Eric Nees, full-time, effective 4/14/23 at $12.50 an hour. William Womack, termed at 4/15/23. And Jeremy Hinton, Deputy Jailer, hired effective 4/17/23 at $13.39 an hour. That will be all, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Under old business, approval of the minutes from May 1st, special called meeting.
So moved.
Second? Second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries. Next item, ordinance 2023-08, budget FY 23-24, second reading.
Ordinance 2023-08, second reading, budget summary. An ordinance related to the annual budget and appropriations, be it ordained by the Fiscal Court of Marshall County, Kentucky, Section 1. The following budget is adopted for the fiscal year 2023-2024, and the amounts stated are appropriated for the purpose indicated. Budget of Marshall County, fiscal year ending June 30th, 2024, summary analysis of appropriations. General Fund. General Government, $6,106,714. Protection of Persons and Property, $650,533. General Health and Sanitation, $466,300. Social Services, $3,500. Recreation and Culture, $1,159,325. Debt Service, $666,470. General Services, $620,750. Reserves, $1,405,780. Fringe Benefits, $407,313, for a total general fund of $11,486,685. The Road Fund, roads, $2,787,866. Other transportation facilities and services, $4,500. Fringe benefits, $535,000. Total road fund, $3,327,366. The jail fund, protection to persons and property, $1,799,805. Fringe benefits, $858,900. For the total jail fund, $2,658,705. The 911 Fund, Protection to Persons and Property, $1,661,251. Fringe Benefits, $319,900, for a total 911 Fund of $1,981,151. The Occupational Tax Administrator Fund, General Government, $51,500, for a total Occupational Tax Administrator Fund, $51,500. The Animal Shelter Donation Fund, General Operations, $26,174, for a total Animal Shelter Donation Fund, $26,174. The Sheriff's Fund, Protections of Persons and Property, $4,688,400, for a total Sheriff Fund of $4,688,400. Alcohol Beverage Control Fund, ABC Administrator, $13,800, for a total Alcohol Beverage Control Fund, $13,800. The Building Inspection Fund, Building Inspection, $202,412, for a total Building Inspection Fund, $202,412. The American Rescue Plan Act Fund, Reserves, $4,888,372, for a total American Rescue Plan Act Fund, $4,888,372. Public Property Bond Redemption, Holding Company Bonds, Public Properties, $8.38, for a total Public Property Bond Redemption account, $8.38. The Tornado Disaster Fund, Protections of Persons and Property, $350,000, for a total Tornado Disaster Fund, $350,000. The Clerk Storage Fund, General Government, $108,629. Total Clerk Storage Fund, $108,629. The Federal Asset Forfeitures, Drug Forfeiture Purchases, $50,000. Total Federal Asset Forfeitures Fund, $50,000. The Opioid Remediation Fund, Community Development, $275,500, for a total Opioid Remediation Fund of $275,500, for a total, all over total, $30,108,703. Section 2, this ordinance shall be published in the Tribune Courier newspaper by title and summary within 30 days following adoption. Section 3, this ordinance becomes effective upon passage and publication. Submitted by the Marshall County Fiscal Court on the first day of May 2023, approved by the State and Local Finance Officer as to form and classification on the 15th day of May 2023. This ordinance was adopted by the Marshall County Fiscal Court on the 16th day of May 2023.
Okay, need a motion to approve and adopt.
I move we approve and adopt the 2023-2024 budget.
Second, motion is second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. I can't tell you how happy I am to have this budget done 45 days ahead of schedule, probably one of the first few in the state to do so. I want to thank Commissioner Collins for agreeing to work closely with Eric and I on this. We put in probably 75, 80 hours on this, and really appreciate that. We were able to get some money in there for our communications upgrade, and we promised this would be done, and we're moving aggressively forward on that. Very proud to be getting that done. A couple things we had to get in the budget that's not going to be a photo opportunity or anything like that, but we've got a bad roof on this building and the judicial building, so we had to budget for both of those. So we got a lot of maintenance issues that we're tackling, and hope to get most all those knocked out in this budget, and next one should be really good. Next item is the county grounds policy. The Marshall County Exceptional Center has been gifted a tree, and they would like our permission to plant that at Mike Miller Park. And I would need a motion to approve that, with the tree being planted at a location at the park director's discretion.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I believe it's a dogwood.
Might have been it
Yeah.
barking back there at Dogwood.
Brittany's going to be in charge of making sure it survives too, so. I told her I was going to announce that today. She thought I was joking, so.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Surplus, office chairs, park mower, and Ford van to be put on Gov Deals.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I can't wait to see what somebody gives for those chairs, by the way.
Second.
Second, yeah.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
How about these? Can we surplus this one too, by the way?
Probably. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item is the Draftonville Community Building. The school is currently using that for their GED program, and they would like that building to use for that purpose and any other purposes they deem necessary through the Board of Education. So I would need a motion to deed that property to the Marshall County Board of Education.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Man,
Does it?
go ahead.
So are they taking it as is with that clause in there?
The Lions Club has agreed to sign off on it. Talked to the
Okay.
president and vice president.
Okay.
Yeah, and the school, they have their board meeting, I think, the 18th, so this is obviously going to be contingent on them voting to accept it.
So,
We're just going to quit claim it?
yeah, and then they have their own process of what they have. So this is not one of those deals where we have to have it appraised or anything like that, right?
No, so what happened
They
is.
don't either.
This property was given to us.
Right.
I can't remember the date, but
Yeah.
there was a clause in there that said as long as the Draftonville Lions Club is in existence, they can meet there.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I asked that question. So they're going to sign off on that, which will free up the title, and we'll do a quick claim deed.
Yeah. Well, I think considering the amount of work that we have to do out there to it and utilities, costs and stuff like that, I think it's a good thing to be able to, I mean, it was gifted to us, gifted to them.
They use for
Something that.
They're using it already.
educational
Use it.
purposes, for
Yeah.
sure. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. We're going to skip item D, moving on to item E, court facilities reimbursement. Erica's going to read that.
All right, you all have this on your drive, and I'm not going to read all the pages, but I'll just kind of give you a rundown on it. So what happens is, this is a letter from the Administrative Office of the Courts. It's for our fiscal year 2024. And what this determines is the space allocations of how much the court utilizes of our judicial center. So in Section 1, they calculate the ratio that the ALC's proportional share of the allowance and operating payments. Part D there, they determine 92%. They base that on square footage. In Section 2, it lets us know that we have a use allowance. We get that because our judicial center is paid off. We paid it off in the last couple of years. That's $147,292. Section 3 doesn't really apply to us. Section 4 is where the ALC has gone back in the last year and looked at our expenses for the regular operating of that facility. And that includes any utilities, insurance, janitorial costs, maintenance and upkeep of the facility, including ordinary repairs that do not cost over $2,500. And all of those go into this calculation here. And there is a note in bold that you see. It says the maximum amount the ALC will reimburse each local government for janitorial and maintenance costs include staffing salaries, benefits, contract for janitorial maintenance service providers, janitorial supplies, and uniform costs is $6 per square foot. So that's part of, in that calculation as well. And that changes every year. So every year they recalculate and say how much per square foot is their maximum. That does not include if we contract out HVAC, preventative maintenance. So they use their ratio and that amount to decide that their portion of the regular operating costs is $268,916. They add that to the use allowance that they told us they're giving us in Section 2, and that gives us our total annual reimbursement to the county of $416,208. and that is on par with what we get usually every year. Section 4 just states that if there's a catastrophic loss after any payoffs, the AOC would get their portion of it. Section 7 says that it's the sole discretion of the chief circuit judge to determine when their offices will close over there, like for inclement weather or anything like that. Section 7 talks about the AOC needs to be able to audit all of our revenue and expenditure accounts so that they can determine all of this stuff again next year. And that's it.
Wait, the good thing too is we didn't have that.
Document at the time we were doing the budget, and so I think we used last year's, which was like 379, so it's some $37,000 to the good.
Yeah.
Over and above what we budgeted, so that's a plus.
That's in the form of agreement, so we need a motion to approve that.
Move we approve the court facilities reimbursement from ALC.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item, advertise for bids for the judicial building roof. I do have in hand a scope of work from AOC that we'll be putting in the advertisement for that. I wanted them obviously involved in that, so we do have that currently, so we can move ahead with that. I'll need a motion to advertise that for bids.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Need a motion to advertise for bids, a road department truck. Roy, you want to speak just briefly on that?
Yeah, we would like to purchase a 1-ton truck to pull some of our trailers.
Is that in this, I can't remember what we did. Is that in this year's? Because we were using some of the money that we got back. I can't, or did we budget it for?
Yeah. It is
New
in,
budget.
it is in this year.
This year, right.
I don't know that we can get it by the end of this year, obviously. But
Right.
we looked into a few different things, and the state contract pricing has made some changes. You have to get 3 bids there, so we're just going to put this out for bids. So they do have the money there to buy the truck. Hopefully, going forward, we'll be paying for these vehicles as we go and not financing or leasing. So, anyway.
I make a motion, we put out for bid.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. New hires.
The road department has 3 seasonal hires. 2 of them, Roy, have worked before, or all 3 of them?
All 3 of them has.
Okay. So, Robert Lucy, be working at 12 an hour. Jackie Darnell, also at 12 an hour, and Gary Darrington at 12 an hour. So, they would be, again, if they started
It'd
yesterday.
be retroactive to yesterday.
Okay, so again, seasonal hires, we just need a motion to approve those hires.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. They're following the mower, correct, Roy?
That's correct.
Yeah. Just a reminder, too, our mowing crews are out as we speak. Please use caution and give them courtesy to do their job. Advertising for employment for the road department, a full-time position. Need a motion to do so?
So moved.
Second? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Board appointments, reapportionment board. They will also be having a meeting on 5/23 at 9 a.m. in the Fiscal Courtroom. The appointments for that are Tim York, Barry Howell, and Claudia Phelps. Need a A motion to appoint the reapportionment board.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
When do they have to have that done by the end of the month, right? Or no? Is it end of May?
Yes, I think so. Once again, they'll be meeting, if anyone wants to attend, on May the 23rd, 9 a.m. here in the fiscal courtroom. Item K, Resolution 2023-03, Fiscal Court time change. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So Resolution 2023-03 would be a resolution to change the beginning time of regular scheduled fiscal court meetings. Whereas KRS 61.820 states that all public agencies shall provide for scheduled regular meetings by ordinance, order, resolution, bylaws, or by whatever means may be required for the conduct of business for that agency. The schedule of regular meetings shall be made available to the public. And whereas the fiscal court wishes to change the beginning time of its regular fiscal court meetings, which are currently set on the first and third Tuesday of each month. Therefore, it be resolved by the fiscal court, regular fiscal court meetings shall commence at 9 a.m. Central Time, beginning with the first regularly scheduled fiscal court meeting in August of 2023 and continuing thereafter unless changed by the fiscal court. Regular meetings shall be continued to be on the first and third Tuesday of each month. Tuesday. This resolution shall be published in accordance with KRS Chapter 424.130, resolved this 16th day of May.
Move we approve.
Second.
Resolution.
We decided to do this to kind of get everyone out of here a little sooner. Everyone kind of usually sitting around waiting on the meetings to start, and that'll let us all get back to our task at hand a half hour sooner. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The reapportionment board, Monty, going back on your question on that, they have 60 days to report to the court after their initial meeting.
Oh, okay.
CFSB line of credit, need a motion to renew that.
Yeah, I think, just to explain, it's to, initially, the term was set out for either 2 or 2.5 years, whatever it was, but it would expire in June, but June 30th, but the approval was for an amount of time that would actually take it to December, but because it was signed that it came due in June, then we're having to extend this to December just to make sure that we don't have anything else, and it's already approved. The interest rate is the same. We don't have a balance on it currently, so it's a zero balance, but CFSB just needed an action from the court to be able to do that, so I'll move we approve.
Second.
Unless I've already
Motion
done
second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Appropriation transfer.
Okay, I'll start with the bank transfer since there's only two on there. We have transfers from the ARPA fund to, one, the Sheriff's Asset Forfeiture Fund, $1,801.80. This is for asset forfeiture funds that were deposited into the ARPA fund. The second is also ARPA fund into the general fund for the sheriff. That's DEA reimbursements, also deposited into the ARPA fund, $939.06.
Move to approve the bank transfers.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, on our appropriation transfers, we have a transfer to cover travel, the first section, and then there is a section of requests that the jailer has made within his fund. The next section is to transfer to cover our tax letters for delinquent tax information. Next section, department head transfers. These are, our park has some transfers, as well as the building inspection needed to transfer within their own funds. We have a transfer out of the reserves in 911 to cover some transmitters for the Think Logical switch. We have transfers within the judge's department at his request, the coroner department at his request, and the sheriff's department at his request. We also have a transfer of transient tax, $3,241.96.
Move we approve the transfers.
Second.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Need a motion to pay the bills.
Motion to pay the bills.
There's a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Before we go in,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I was just gonna ask about the dock thing. Are we skipping that?
we have to put that off to the next meeting. Jason's
Oh,
got to
yeah.
work on that a little bit.
Okay.
Before we go into executive session, I just want to say that I want to thank the commissioners, all three of you, for your support and input on the budget. Really appreciate it. It's a pleasure working with all three of you, and I think we've got a good, well-rounded group at the table for different tasks that we have facing us, and everyone's working well together, and that certainly makes my job much, much easier. But I appreciate you all, and Jason, the same for you. We appreciate all you do for us.
And one other thing, I just texted former Judge Cheryl Miller and asked her if she remembered the 9:30 starting time when that was done, and she said she believes that predated Judge Mike Miller's term, so this is the first change in over 50 years, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
What's real funny is you're the one that initiated it.
I am?
Well, you made the motion.
I did? Oh, man.
Just
mean to
for the
do that.
record, we would have done that at 6, but we were being kind to Commissioner
Yeah.
Collins.
Radical change.
Radical change.
Yeah.
We're clicking along pretty good, Mr. Ford.
man.
We are. I'm proud of our meetings. Okay, need a motion to go into executive session to discuss litigation and personnel per KRS 61-810, 1C and F.
So moved.
Your second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Call this Marshall County Fiscal Court, May 16th, 2023 meeting back to order. The next item on the agenda is need a motion to approve the settlement agreement for the meter fee ordinance.
Make a motion to accept the agreement.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The next thing is the ordinance to repeal the electric meter fee. Did you read that for us, Mr. Pagel?
Sure. This would be ordinance 2023-09. It would be an ordinance repealing ordinances 2019-09 and 2019-12, which established and imposed a fee on electric meters and bills to facilitate funding for Marshall County 911. Whereas the fiscal court is pursuing other options to facilitate funding for Marshall County 911, and whereas Marshall County Fiscal Court does wish to appeal the ordinances imposing a fee on electric meters, now therefore be it ordained by the Marshall County Fiscal Court as follows. Section 1, ordinances 2019-09 and 2019-12 imposing fees on electrical meters and containing other various provisions are hereby repealed in their entirety. And Section 2, the landline fee established pursuant ordinance number 9102 shall continue to be in force.
First reading, it requires no vote. Does anyone have anything else? Not, I just need a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second?
Second.
In favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.